Okay, could you remind me, please, what we were doing last time?
Mm, some introductions and part two and three.
Okay, but did we review question types?
No.
Not really. Okay, then that's what we are about to do today. We'll be talking about questions and their types. What question types do you know?
Mm, what, where, how?
Okay, well, good start. This is already something. I mean, in the IELTS test, are there any groups of questions that have something in common?
Mm,
There are. For example, once we learned about questions about importance, didn't we? For example, they start like this. How important is? Do you think it is important? Why is it important? Is it necessary? So there are lots of questions like this one, right? And the problem is, okay, how do you think? What the problem is? What kind of mistakes students often make?
mm, they don't say it's important.
They say it's important all the time. This is the problem. So important, important, important is repeated, questions aren't paraphrased, and no vocabulary, no proper vocabulary is used to answer it. So today, I'd like to practice some structures that you can see on the screen to answer questions about importance from the forecast. Okay? And please make sure that you use at least one, better two structures from the list. And you shouldn't use the word important even once. Okay? All right. So here I've got questions, but I won't show them to you. Keep them for myself. So let's start. What do you think is the most important at the moment?
Mm, I think family is a top priority for me at this time um because some they are the one that give me a lot of support during challenging time, and also um uh also always be with me.
Okay, well, pretty good. Wonderful. Okay, so your family is your top priority. That's what's important for you. Great. I wouldn't answer better. Couldn't answer it better. Great job. Next, let me check. Is breakfast important?
Mm, I don't think it's crucial because I don't I don't really eat this. I don't always eat it, and I still good now, and I think it's not very essential.
Mhm. It is far from being essential, right? Let's say. I think it's far from being essential.
I think it's far from being essential.
Okay, great. Okay, wonderful. Next, do you think it is important to have a daily routine for your study?
Mm, I think yes, it is because um mm, um I think it could make us more I don't know that word in English.
Daily routine?
No, like we do it every day. It makes us like
It makes us feel bored?
no,
Monotonous? No? Describe. I'll try to find something.
like we do it every day, so we could be can I use translate?
Yeah, sure. If this word is so important, then why not?
I think that I just forget it. Discipline.
Discipline. Okay, it makes us more disciplined.
And um and it also could uh could help us um to to uh I don't know.
No idea at all. Hmm?
Mm, I think I don't know.
So, look, you don't need to think of reasons. You know, it is the worst strategy ever to try to give reasons for everything. Instead, give examples or just use the words on the list. For example, you don't have to explain why. Say that some people strongly believe that age plays an extremely vital role in their lives, while for others, it isn't a matter of life or death, and they can easily do without structured timetable. So this is enough, even for part 3. You see, you don't need to give reasons all the time. You were trying to think very hard on what the advantages of having this daily routine are. You couldn't. It's okay. It's normal. These questions are too difficult, right? They require a wide range of knowledge for you to have. But this test is there to test your English, not how much you know about time management or nuclear physics. So just use speaking. If you can't find reasons, drop it. Yeah? Compare, say that some people think it is, while others say no, right? Or say what you think. Give your example, right? You say, well, it is one of my top priorities in life. Stop explaining. Take my school, for example. If I do my homework every day, it helps me stay organized. Your personal example, right? Please forget about reasons in part 3. Only 50% of questions. Every second question, you can find an explanation why, fluently. All others, you just get into the, you become, you get into the trap and lose points for hesitations. So one more time, do you think it is important to have a daily routine for your study?
Some people think that it play an essential role in their life. However, it isn't a matter of life and or death
For me.
for me.
Okay, great. This is wonderful enough. You see, you had a connector, you had good vocabulary, you had paraphrase question. What else do you need, right? So this is already more than enough, if you ask me. Okay, next, what else do we have? Do you think it's important to live in a comfortable environment?
Mm, Yes, it's because I think it's hold the key uh to
Mental
unwind,
well-being. I will
to
help you here.
have
The
a
mental well-being.
hold the key to have a mental health being.
Mental well-being holds the key to mental well-being.
Holds the key to mental to well-being.
To the mental well-being. Okay. All right. Now contrast.
Mm,
However, many people beg to differ.
however, many people beg to differ,
What do they think?
and they still can unwind from other activities
Mm-mm. They unwind by, they
by
try to unwind by doing something else.
uh they try to unwind by doing something else, like
Like, mm,
mm, going for a walk in a park um or do their hobby.
not
Do
do hobby, by
mm,
practicing, by
practice.
practicing their favorite hobbies, okay? Or by taking pleasure in their favorite hobbies, for example, right? By taking pleasure in their favorite hobbies. Fine, okay, that's all right. So we answered a few questions about importance. It's a lot easier to do this, right, with the slide in front of you, isn't it?
Yes.
Is socialization important for children? Part 3.
Mm, yes, it is. It uh is is a top priority for
Not
every
prioritize.
it's hold the key to success,
Mhm.
mm, because they can have more relationships with their peers
Why
and
do you all keep saying about more relationships? You're the second student for today who says this phrase. Do you really say in Vietnamese more relationships? Why? Why does the number of relationships matter? In English, it doesn't make any sense when you say have more relationships. We don't even say this. I mean, it's really a huge cultural difference here in languages. Because what you say in Vietnamese, by translating it into English, it stops making any sense. Because in English, we don't care about the number of relations. We care about quality, about improvement. So we can say it helps you have better relationships. It helps you improve relationships, but it doesn't help you many relationships. So this literal translation of Vietnamese many relationships, it stops making sense in English. You see the point? And like I was teaching a girl of your age just like 2 hours before, not 2 hours. Yeah, 2 hours ago. And she said the same. It helps have more relationships. That's why I'm so surprised that you just repeated the same idea. In English, we can't say have more relationships. It helps you improve your relationships with others. It helps you have better relationships. Okay? Don't say more relationships. Please, quality over quantity. Okay? In English, we prefer quality over quantity. It doesn't matter how many you have got friends, but what kind of relationships you've got with them, right? Funny, really. I'm quite surprised. Okay, well, can you give an example here?
uh, mm, take my friends, for example, who has many quality friends, who who is really active, and
Mhm.
she is now sus she is now success in her field because
Successful.
she is now successful in her field because
Mm.
she has a lot of quality relationship
Okay.
friend.
Quality of relations. Okay. Connections. Okay. Well, good. So let me find some other questions about importance in the current um forecast. Okay. Well, most of them are in parts. Oh, you know what? Let's practice part two about importance. Did you know that there are often questions about importance in part two?
No, I don't.
Okay, let's check. Yes, here. Describe an important plant from your country. I don't know, probably we won't do this one. Let's check if there is something more relevant. Hmm. Yes, here. Describe an important decision you made recently. Explain why it was an important decision. Check it out. Just a moment. I'll give you a minute to get prepared, okay? And again, use at least 4 expressions from this list, okay? And you are not allowed to use the word important even once for your 2 minutes, okay? You have enough words to paraphrase it. You can see them in front of you with the questions. I'll give you a minute to get prepared, okay? Go ahead. Tell me when you're ready. Well, or I will just call you. Depends. Okay, I'll go refill my glass with water, and after that we'll start, okay? Okay, great, I'm ready. You can start.
Um, I'd like to kick off by telling you about a s- a crucial decisions that I've made, um which make me feels really good when doing it. Um, it is when it was when I was it is when I was choosing for a shoes to buy in Japan, and at that time I was considering for two shoes is uh Adidas um, Adidas Samba or the Onitsuka yellow shoes that I these shoes uh that I that I was dreamed to have in for a long time. Um when I tried the Onitsuka shoes, I don't think it's is really suit for me because it's quite small, and the bigger size is too big for me. So um I cannot choose that shoes. Um However, I still want it, and um I I still choose that over the Adidas shoes. And although um it was uh hurt when wearing it, I still love it, and I am so proud that I have um a lots of um uh a lots of mm, uh good comments when I wear it, because it's really um because it's really fashion when I mismatch with some clothes. And um and if I have a chance to uh come back to the past, I wouldn't um change my decisions.
I could go back
If I could go back
in
to
time. If I could go
could go
back
back
in time,
in time,
I wouldn't have changed my
I
mind.
wouldn't
I
have
wouldn't
changed.
have changed my mind. Past perfect, wouldn't have changed decision. Stop repeating the word decision. Would have changed my mind. Right. Change my mind, make a different decision. Right. But it's collocational, so it brings you more points. I wouldn't have changed my mind. Great. Okay. Another issue. Um, 12 times choose. Literally, I was counting. Choose shoes Choose it. Choose Adidas. When I was choosing. Doing. When I was doing it, right? Decide, change, right? So, but too many choosing. I mean, your vocabulary score was totally ruined by one single word. Choose. Despite the fact that you used some good words, choose destroyed everything. If you have like one word like this in your part two, they do downgrade your vocabulary score by a lot, right? So you need to be very careful. I know it's difficult when you are speaking, right? But use this simple rule. Do instead of every verb, it or them instead of every noun that you feel you repeat a lot, okay? And this will solve most of your problems. Do you know why? Because you can repeat do hundreds of times and you won't lose a single point for repetition, right? But if you repeat choose twice is enough to like get a red card. I don't know if you're into football, but a red card is when you're disqualified from the field, from the game. Um, okay. Made me feel when doing it. The first sentence. What was it? Hmm?
Can you read the whole sentence?
Oh, if it was so easy, I would be happy to do this, but a crucial decision which made me feel really good when doing it. You can't do decision. You make a decision. So this part with when doing it should be entirely removed. So I'd like to kick off by telling you about a crucial decision that made me feel good, maybe, right? Or which I made, okay? Which I made is probably the best choice because when doing it, this part should be entirely removed, made me feel good, can be left, but I don't know, not sure. It was when I was choosing shoes. I, it happened. It happened when I was in Japan, right? I was in the shopping center trying on new shoes. Now, can you pronounce the name of the brand one more time?
Adidas.
Oh, for some reason, you make it like between your teeth sound in this word. It's Adidas, или Adidas, Adidas.
Adidas.
So in British English, it would be a, like an apple, then D, das, Adidas.
Adidas.
So it's very close to the German original. German shoes, so Adidas. Like in German, they say almost the same. Probably it would be Adidas in German. I don't know. They have more clear ah. And in American English, people usually say Adidas, Adidas. Right. Both are correct, but look, it is always d. No, never the. Because when you say it sounds like these, something like, in between, I didn't get it. I I guessed what the brand was after you said it like three times. At first time, I didn't even understand what the brand was, right? So, okay. Oh, I found it in German. Adidas. Ah, just like sound like in park. But in English, it would be Adidas, right? Not Adidas, but Adidas. That's it. Okay, next. I cannot choose shoes. So somewhere in the middle of your answer, you forgot the most important thing about part two. I've been teaching you so hard. Hmm? What is it?
Mm,
Choose one tense for the rest of your speech, for the whole speech, for the whole answer. So the first sentence made me feel was in past simple. Then you said it was when I was choosing, still past simple. And then after Adidas, it starts it. I cannot choose shoes. Hmm? I feel. And there were like around 9 or 10 verbs in present simple. So you completely forgot that you are describing a situation that took place in the past, right? And believe me, this is #1 grammar mistake every candidate makes. And this is why they can't really pass 6 in their grammar, you know? So even though you use, like, I wish incorrectly, but you used it, right? So you can improve your range of grammar. But if you forget what situation you are talking about, when this situation happens, then your accuracy is about to be very low. So, Tom, one more time. Your top priority when you look at your cue card. In the test, the card is in front of you. Remind yourself to use only past verbs. No can, never. Only could, couldn't. No feel, only felt. No choose, only chose. No make, but made. Okay? And then your grammar accuracy will be all right. Okay? But you should be very careful about it. What else we had here? You didn't really talk about importance, you know? You had so many phrases. Which one did you use? A crucial decision? What else?
Mm,
Nothing else. Nothing. Hmm? Look, how can we easily use one of these phrases? Although many people think that good sneakers, having good sneakers isn't a matter of life or death, I beg to differ. For me, it is of utmost importance. Hmm? Which question did I just answer?
the last question.
The last one. Now tell me why I use present simple instead of past simple.
Uh, mm,
I have a question in the past and I use present simple because I can do this. I can manage past and present, right? I express my opinion at the moment and I express other people's opinion. I describe their opinion. I say what they think, right? I can do this. You shouldn't. Remember? So, because you can't feel these borders, this difference between past and present. Okay? You use only past simple, right? Unless you are absolutely sure. So double check yourself. When you want to say a sentence in present simple, please think about it. Am I talking about now or about past right now? Ask yourself this question before you use present simple. Okay? If you see that you need to do something you made recently, the first sentence in part 2 immediately tells you what tense you need to use. Okay? So, I used 2 expressions right now in one single sentence just to answer the last question. You didn't answer the last question. You said that it makes you, because it's fashion, when you match with some clothes, right? Probably you wanted to say that it's fashionable, right? Fashionable, not fashion, but fashionable. What's the difference?
is adjective.
Yes, you needed fashionable and not fashion. Mhm. And match um, different clothes, match different clothes with each other. If we are talking about colors, right? Okay. Well, overall, this was supposed to be an exercise to practice these structures. About important. You just gave like a normal part 2 answer, right? I expected a slightly different answer, right? So can I ask you to just answer the last question one more time? Explain why it was an important decision for you to buy those shoes.
Uh, although other people think that it isn't matter of life or death to uh buy a fashion sneakers.
Fashionable.
Fashionable sneaker. I beg to differ that
Oh,
um
that I beg to differ. I strongly believe.
I beg to differ. It is it's play a crucial role because it help.
Please, let's use introduction. I strongly believe that.
I strongly believe that it's uh helps me to get a lot of compliment.
I strongly believe that it's a great confidence boost, or that it boosts people's confidence, for example. Okay, all right, fine. Let's move to the next question type, okay? So we talked about importance, now frequency. Frequency questions, or maybe a few more about importance. Hmm? Maybe one more, okay? Let me check if there are any left. No, there are many left. Is it important to study science at school? Give me short answers, like 2, 3 sentences max, using one of the structures,
Mm,
one of the new structures on the slide. Let me put it back. So, is it important to study science at school?
I think it's is um, I think it play an essential role to study
Not
science
to.
subjects.
It. What is it? Studying science is it.
Yes,
It plays an essential role in students' education.
it plays an essential role in student education because
Mhm.
um, it's helps student to have critical thinking to and also
It helped them develop critical
help
thinking skills.
them develop
Okay.
critical.
Which science subject is the most important for children to learn? Or what science subject is the most important for children to learn?
I think it's biology because
Mhm.
um
Use one
cause,
of the expressions.
um, I think biology is a top priority because
Not
um
priority. Priority.
priority because when studying it, children would know more about their body and also um
Mhm.
everything around them, like from the environment
Let's say
or
children can learn.
wildlife.
Not would,
Children,
but can. Children
children
can
can
learn.
learn about the environment and also the wildlife, so they would know how to preserve it and to um, mm, and uh, to preserve it.
Okay. A few more. Also, there is a cue card describe a rule that is important in your school. Another part too about importance. As you can see, it's quite common. Is relaxation important for a healthy lifestyle?
Uh, yes, is a top priority because
You keep using the same phrase, please. Try something new.
uh, it hold the key to um makes people more balanced because
To making?
making people more balanced.
Mm-mm. Doesn't make sense, sorry.
To be more balanced.
It holds the key to the balanced life. Maybe.
It's hold the key to a balanced life because um at work there mm, people have um to uh because at work people have a lot of stress and knowing the way to relax like meditations um or mm, or no the breathing method is help them to stay in a balanced lifestyle.
Stay in the balanced lifestyle. Paraphrase it.
To to make a balance.
Strike. Find the right balance. Strike the
By
right balance. We don't
strike
stay
the
in the
balance.
balance. We have the balance. Or we find the balance. We strike the balance. Maybe. Okay? All right, fine. Good job. Few more. Okay, well, that's enough. Now, frequency. Frequency questions, right? Question types and questions about frequency. So, basically, often, rarely, sometimes, usually, and always are five most common um, adverbs of frequency, right? So, what's the problem? The problem is that students overuse them in their answers, and they don't want to use synonyms to paraphrase them. For example, instead of saying once in a blue moon, a great idiom, or seldom if ever, they just say rarely, right? It has a negative impact on their vocabulary score. So now I'll be asking you questions about frequency, like do you often ride a bike? Do you usually buy jewelry? Do you often go to the library, etc. And I want you to use uh, I want you not to use any simple adverb of frequency. Like sometimes, usually, always, rarely, often, never, right? I want you to use others to paraphrase them, okay?
Okay.
Let's start with often and find questions about frequency in the forecast. So let's start with often. By the way, almost every second part 2 cue card has a question how often you go somewhere or how often you do something. For example, describe a quiet place you like to spend your time in and how often you go there. And they say, I often go there. I go there every day. All right. So also can be paraphrased to improve vocabulary. So let's see. Who do you think makes changes more often? Young people or old people?
I think uh I think young people does it more frequently because
Mhm.
uh, young people do it more frequently because um they are now have many chains to um chains to do it uh like when they feel stressed they can or they feel stressed or they feel like they are not fit to this company anymore so they just change their company or mm, or when uh they mm, they feel like this apartment um too is cost too much, so they could change to another apartment for renting.
Mhm. Okay, fine. Next one. What do old people often do in their daily lives? Part three.
Um, I th uh I reckon that they
Mhm.
um mm, a lot of old people, they just stay at home and doing some of their daily routine, like brush their teeth or and having breakfast, lunch and dinner. Um, Also in some um age in my country, older people, they could go to some park for um communication with their uh peer.
Mhm. Okay. So who would like to take photos more often? Young people or old people? Unbelievable. Almost every third card in this forecast has got questions that asks you to compare old and young people. So who
Uh,
would take photos more often?
I th I think is young people, because um they are now quite into taking photo, like they buy a lot of camera
Mhm.
and to have a good and impress picture,
Mhm.
so they would more likely to do it than the older one.
Mhm. Okay, fine. So do you think those who tend to stay at home are less healthy than those who often attend parties?
Um, I
No, wait,
don't
sorry.
think
This is a comparison question already. We'll do it next time. Okay. Why do young people change things more often than old people?
um I think it's because they are now have many chains to do it. Like they are not mm, embarrassed when doing it, and um mm, they and their mindset is now more normalized this, because every of their peer do it so often.
Okay, fine. Next. How often do you eat chocolate? Part one.
um I once in the blue moon eat it, because I'm not
No,
mm,
I do it once in a blue moon. Usually once in
I
a blue moon goes in the end.
I do it once in the blue moon, because I'm not really into it, um and I just eat it when some but he gave me that.
Not gave. Gave is past.
Give me that.
Someone gives it to me. All right. Okay, maybe you could want to compare it to the past. Maybe you used to do it pretty often in the past. No? Okay. Well, it would be a great way to earn more points for connectors and grammar because you could use used to. For example, I used to eat it a lot as a child. However, now it isn't the case anymore, right? I probably do it once in a blue moon, only if someone shares it with me. Do you often spend time with teenagers?
Because I'm now a teenager, so
As someone who is, let's say, as
as
someone who's a
someone who,
teenager,
as someone who is a teenager, I um I s- I spend all my time with them,
mhm,
and I feels really um great and joyful when
mhm,
spending my quality time
with them.
with them.
Okay, fine. Good job. Do you often give gifts to people?
No, I don't. I
It happens
it
once in a
happened
blue moon.
once in the blue moon um, cause I, cause now I don't have much monies and
To
I
afford it.
to afford it.
Okay. How often do you buy? Okay, this is almost the same, actually. Okay. Next. How do you often chat with friends?
Uh, yes, I do. My mom said that all the time. I just chatting with my friends and I think that I should lower my
Do
time.
it less frequently.
I think I should do it less frequently.
Okay, better. How often do you go shopping?
Um I think I frequently do it just when my mom or my dad take me to a department store.
Just frequently?
Yes.
Mhm. Not enough. This answer is not developed. We need connectors. We need something more, something else, for example. Take, for example, or
Uh,
take my last visit to the store with my mom. Or, for example, I do it like some weeks. For example, last week I did it every day. Hmm? Or
uh,
compared to the past, right? I'm someone who's really into shopping, so I frequently do it. However, it wasn't always the case. As a child, I used to do what? I used to be less interested in it. I used to be less interested to it, so I did it just once in a blue moon. This answer is developed. You see, your answer is too short and it just has one good word, frequently. So you say, I frequently do it. I say, I'm someone who's really into shopping, so I frequently do it. However, it wasn't always the case. As a child, I used to be less interested in it, so I went to the mall only once in a blue moon. This is a well-developed answer. I've got the flow. I've got like three connectors and three adverbs of frequency. Frequently, once in a blue moon. No, two adverbs of frequency, right? And they have the opposite meaning, right? How did I do it? By using contrast. Contrast is really holds the key to a successful answer because it allows you to develop your answer in many different ways use a lot of connectors, wide range of grammar. It's like really a magic pill, for high score. Okay. Okay, I already asked about chatting with friends. So how often do you take photos?
I think it's quite frequently because
It's quite
when
frequently. It happens. It
it
happens.
happens frequently because whenever I take my phone, I all the time I took a selfie.
Took is the past.
I take a selfie.
Take a selfie. Okay, every time. Mhm. How about connectors?
Um,
However, it wasn't always the case. Try this
however,
phrase again.
it not always the
It
case.
wasn't.
It wasn't always the case.
Mhm.
Uh,
As a child,
as a child, I hate
I
taking.
used to
I used to hate
hate.
take taking photo of myself
No,
because
no, you repeat the same vocabulary. I
I
used to
hate
hate
do
doing
it.
it.
I hate doing it
I
because
used to hate.
I used to hate doing it because I'm quite embarrassed.
I was shy. I was
I
shy.
was
I
I
was
was shy.
quiet and shy. Wonderful. Do you often take coins with you?
Um, no, I don't, because in Vietnam we are not using coin. However, when I went to some other countries, I typically uh take it with me.
I
I
used. I used it
use it. I
pretty
typically uh,
frequently or at all times, right? So in Vietnam, no, I don't. In Vietnam, it doesn't, okay, I do it, where do we have it? Seldom if ever. Right? We haven't used it at all, right? I know that there are no coins in Vietnam, so you never use it in no time, but let's use seldom if ever. Not really. I seldom if ever do it in Vietnam. However, when I'm on a trip in another country, it happens occasionally. Or it occasionally happens. Please use some other expressions because you stopped using those in the slide. You never used occasionally, for example, or every now and again. Okay? So don't just focus on two or one. Do you often wear sunglasses?
no, I don't, because uh I have my
I seldom, if ever, do it, please.
I seldom, if ever, do it because I'm now wearing a optical glasses.
Just eyeglasses.
A glasses.
I
So
wear eyeglasses. I wear
I
my
glasses.
own eyeglasses. Not wearing. It is true, you're wearing it. You're wearing them right now, but it's also a fact, right? This is a normal situation for you, right? You do it most of the time, so present simple is preferable here. Okay. So, do you see how many questions are there about frequency? Every second part one cue card has a question about frequency. Sunglasses, coins, photos, chatting, friends, gifts, like all of them, right? So it is a must to learn these expressions, and use them in a proper way. So I'm going to send a slide. Please right click at the top right corner to download it. Okay?
Okay.
So save it and review it before the next lesson because we are going to study the other two question types. Also very common, advantages and disadvantages and comparison. But this will be done next time. Thank you for joining this time and good night. Sweet dreams.
Goodbye,
Bye.
teacher.
See you.